That intro music always have me dancing. Welcome, fam. It's Hump Day. It is Hump Day. We welcome you to Man's Edition, presented by Creative Emotions. Hey, Q, if you watching.
What up, dope Q?
I'm Seth Wilson. I always like for my brothers to introduce themselves, because you never know how you feeling that day. You may want to put a little something extra on it. So I'm going to start to my right.
How y'all doing today? Leon Johnson, a.k.a. Lee Polo. What up, dope?
How's your week been going, my brother?
Going great. Now that I'm here, we halfway through the week.
Right. If I'm right there. And to my left here.
What's going on, my people? It's your boy B. Todd in the building.
What up, dope?
What's good?
You know, I'm sitting up here laughing because I know we're about to be clowning. So we're going to get right into today's topic. We're talking about what type of loyalty do you have to your friends?
Man.
You know, there's a fine line between loyalty and stupidity. So there are some lines that there's some things that I'm just not going to rock with when it comes down to my friends. Like, prime example, I have had friends that just repeatedly did things that they knew they shouldn't have been doing.
Right.
And wanted to drag me along with it. And I was just like, bro, that's not how I get down. Unfortunately, my mature level has heightened. And I wish you would join me, but you're not there yet. And I can't keep rocking with you. I can't keep hanging out with you if you just want to keep doing the same old things. I don't like going to hood parties all the time. I don't like dealing with a bunch of ghetto crap in general. Like, yeah, I'm from the hood, but that don't mean I want to be around a bunch of hood stuff consistently. No, I like it. I like things to be more of a balance. Okay, like my women, for an example, she got to be half hood, half class. She got to be.
Right.
So that's how I pretty much base everything. Everything got to have some type of balance. And when people don't show me no balance, I can't rock with that because that's going to knock me off mine.
Right, absolutely.
So, yeah.
It's one of them things like when you decide that you want to be loyal, and then especially when you add in, quote unquote, hood things like, this is my guy, we grew up together, blah, blah, blah. It makes it a little more difficult when stuff starts veering off because now you have to ask yourself, am I loyal to me and quote unquote my family and what I got going on, or am I loyal to my dude because I've been rocking with him for 30 plus years.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We at that age now, when you hear the youngsters, man, that's my guy. I always say, yeah, keep living.
Yeah.
Keep living.
Yeah.
And then you will find out if it's really your guy now.
Yeah.
Because when y'all start going through stuff and how they gonna respect you when you say, man, I can't do that.
Yep.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
And see, my loyalty stops when, if it's my man, my guy, right? And then your movement, if you know your movement is about to disrupt my peace, okay, see, loyalty is it's gone right at that point. That's just for me.
Okay, but here go the question I would ask you, because you said something. But what if I don't know it's disrupting your peace because I'm coming from a perspective of this is what we do versus I don't know that you done matured, like Todd said. He done matured.
Right.
But I don't know you matured yet. So how do you deal with that when you're still loyal to the guy?
Well, I think it all depends on the situation. If I'm being used for an alibi, you know what I'm saying? That's not broke. That's like bro code. Like whatever you do, don't do that to me. Right? You know what I'm saying? See, that's when my loyalty start running out. Now, I'm not going to walk away right away.
Right.
I give you an opportunity to clear it up because sometimes you just make unconscious decisions, unwise in the moment.
Ooh, right.
Panic a little bit. I was with Fred. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's call him.
Right.
And you call me, I'm like, hello.
Right.
See, my problem with those types of situations is if you're going to lie to your girl, include me about what the lie is.
Yeah.
Because I can't get caught off guard.
Yeah.
For real. I don't want to get caught off. If I get caught off guard, women are like A lot of them miss their callings as FBI agents and everything.
Investigators.
Yeah. So the slightest little hint of BS, they're on it.
Yes.
So I need to know what the lie is so I can continue with the lie.
Right.
If I need to.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do it. But if you just gotta have it out there because you want to be on your foolishness and be sloppy, all right, forget it.
But see, that part is where I guess the next segment when, like Fred said, okay, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna give you that one.
Yeah.
But don't
keep
continue.
it. Thank you.
Right. Don't keep continuing because now I'm looking crazy because I'm talking about I'm at the house with you and your girl and now I forget that we even said this lie back in the day.
Exactly.
And I'm like, remember we went to the car show? You like, no, we didn't go to the car show.
Right.
Like, what the? Oh, I forgot I would have kept that one.
That's why it's not even worth it.
I literally just did that the other day to somebody, right? And I was like, dude was like, what's going on? I'm like, ooh. I'm like, man, remember I said, oh, shit. You around? He's like, no. I said, see, that's why I be telling y'all, don't take me around because I'm cracking a joke. This shit was funny as hell in my head. But it required to talk about a time when you said you wouldn't. Man, you know what? Just do you, man.
Yeah.
Do you.
Yep.
I'm too silly. I like to crack jokes on shit.
Yeah, exactly.
See, mine is like self-preservation. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, I mean, use my mans, but I got to look out for me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, like, man, you know, I done gave you 2 chances with this situation. Mm-hmm. At least text me on the side, like I said, let me know what's going on, man.
Right.
And then, like you said, like, hey, man, I'm just as dishonest with you as you are. I'm sorry, because now when I get around whoever, your lady or whatever, exactly. Man, we got to keep this thing going,
and that's the problem.
Yep.
You know, like forever. So when it's discovered, she just looking like you dirty and you dirty.
Right. But, you know, that just ain't just for the women, too, but it go for the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you around certain guys, and like I tell guys, if you my man and I can't tell you certain things, I'm probably be veering off because now at this point, we can't be what I think we are.
Right.
We can't be because now we get around other guys and we like, looking crazy, dead silent. Yeah. Like, dog, why you just won't tell him?
Yeah, exactly.
Just tell him, but then if he your friend, he gonna respect it.
Right.
If he ain't, then guess what? You just got rid of somebody down the line was gonna cause you a lot of problems and pain.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So does this originate from like the bro code?
Yeah. To some extent, yeah, it does. It does. But then now the bro code then got so misconstrued. It's like you supposed to just go along with all kind of stupid stuff now. And it's like, that's not how the bro code is supposed to work. Yeah. It's supposed to be come through for me in the clutch, not when I'm doing something dumb every time.
Yeah.
That's
what I want to use you.
Right. Yeah. And I'm gonna use you because you the only one to pick up your phone.
Right.
Nah, man, we not doing that.
I'm literally picking up my phone because I want to make sure you're okay.
Right.
And that's I know I had a guy call me last night, and when he called, I was like, I didn't answer. So the next day, hey man, I was just checking on you. I said, where was you at? Oh, I was hearing it. So you wasn't checking on me.
Right.
You was about to say we was out there together. No, bro. No. I'm straight, bro. I'm checking. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, nah, man. You can't be dealing with that type of stuff, dog. Especially, man, you got to start holding your homies accountable when they move sloppy with women. Like I like me back in my player days, I wasn't sitting up here leaving breadcrumbs to the next woman. So no woman ever knew I was doing anything.
For real.
There is no, I caught B time. No, there is none of that. Right. Because I knew how to move and I wasn't running my mouth. Stop running your mouth and stop being sloppy. Stop going out everywhere. If you know you got a girl at home and you want to mess around, stop being out in public so much. Go to somewhere secluded.
Wait, hold on. Todd, this is the killer right here. I know somebody, the young lady was trying to date for a second or two, and the guy was like, yeah, he's staying in Southfield. He's like, yeah, we're going to go to Friends. I said, what? Then the next time he said, yeah, we're going to Balloon Saloon. I said, so this guy is literally taking you 2 minutes from his house.
Exactly.
So it's no way he's never going to not get caught, or he's jeopardizing you because now he's putting you in a trick bag.
Exactly.
So I said, so you got to tell him if y'all want to go somewhere, go out to pharmacy. At least get 5 miles away from the house.
Yeah.
On the outside.
Go to Troy.
Yeah.
Something. Go to Rochester, for God's sakes. Don't go 2 minutes from your house. Like, y'all got to be smarter, bro.
Yeah.
And worst come to worst, man, listen, if you need to do all of that, just be honest with your woman. Hey, listen, baby, I love you, but I love women too. Yep. I got to have extras.
Yep.
Are you okay with that? And that's it.
So even with Ty saying that poly thing, people are being loyal to themselves, and the poly thing is more popular than I thought it was. Just seeing it, how much it's popping up on social media now. But that's a person being loyal, a guy being loyal to himself, saying, "Hey, I gotta have more than one woman, and I'm tired of lying about it."
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I realized though, some dudes really do have a sickness. They get a thrill out of cheating and sneaking around. It's like, nah, man,
Right.
I don't get no adrenaline rush from telling the truth. What?
Right.
What's wrong with you, dog? Like, all right, man, you want to get caught, you want to get shot at, you want to get stabbed. All right, well, cool. That's all right.
And I would have to agree with you in this. And as much as like some men lie to themselves, women won't admit it. Women love a good story.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if they love a good story, like they like a lot of the reality shows, that means they like a good lie too. Now, whether or not I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true.
When they say nice guys finish last, so what that looks like is maybe you're predictable, right? And then women, I think women need a certain amount of chaos in their life.
They do.
Now, they necessarily may not come in the form like I want you to cheat on me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they like a certain amount of chaos, and I've come to realize that.
I call it balance.
There you go.
Like yin and yang. You know, you think about it. You can't have sun without rain. You can't have rain without sun. So you gotta have that. I just told a young lady driving here. I told her, I said, it's crazy how I just became basically the nice guy, and she started laughing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the nice guy now. You know, the nice guy always get, what you, why you, hey, you talking to the nice guy like that? But if I was the ass, you'd be like, oh, boom, I'll be there when I get done doing what I'm doing.
Click.
That's right there.
Where was you at the show?
Yeah, right.
But the way I said it to her, it was gangsters, you know. She loved it.
Yeah.
So, what do you think this, like the loyalty as man that we have to our boys at the earliest age? When does that start, or when did it start for you guys?
Kindergarten. When you literally be in kindergarten, you be in the first day, you making friends.
Yeah.
Or even Head Start. I'm saying whenever you start being social with kids, the first thing hey, how you doing? What you got for lunch, Fred? Yeah, my mom made this. And then we become friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm rocking with you.
Yeah. I think that's about the same for me because first of all, I was always an outgoing kid. It wasn't hard for me to make friends. It wasn't hard for me to say what was on my mind. I've always been outspoken and pretty blunt. But yeah, it was never hard for me. So I just go out there, say what I got to say, and keep it moving.
Yeah, I think mine started from elementary school, getting in trouble. And you always had your boy covering for you. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Right.
So that led into the principal's office. And as long as you had that supporting story, they knew it was some bull. But it's like, all right, that was a good one.
I had some Benjamin Button stuff going on with me because I didn't get in trouble. I didn't get in trouble when I was young. I started getting in trouble the older I got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was supposed to be getting in trouble, I wasn't doing nothing. I was chilling. The older I got, it was like, here comes something else. Here comes something else. Oh, I went to jail later. I'm like, dog, why am I in jail now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was different for me.
See, loyalty was like, it was embedded in my household. I had one of them type of parents. You don't tell on your brother, you and your brother, y'all stick together. This is my daddy talking. That's how he always talk. So he was like, nigga, you don't snitch. I'm like, okay, this is like the worst parenting ever. But at the same time, it taught me to be loyal to my friends.
Yeah.
What it didn't tell me is to be loyal to myself in situations that causes pain and harm and conflict.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was the part that I missed out on because I'm like, okay, if Fred got the gun, we ride with the gun.
Yep.
Instead, I've been like, hey, Fred, you got the gun, and I don't want to be in the car with the gun.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
And I think just being around my dad and, probably him and my uncle was, they was doing their dirt back in the day. So that loyalty thing, I know it came from him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we start at the earliest age of kindergarten, you'd have to ask yourself, when's enough enough, right?
So Fred, since you segue into this comment, this comment story. So Todd, the story was, I started in kindergarten with a guy. From kindergarten all the way to 2 years in college.
Okay.
Great guy, love him to death. He know he is. But at certain points in our lives, I chose to go the one way. He chose the other way. I respect him as a man because one of the things he did was that he chose to be loyal to himself and to his family. And because I kept choosing to go to the streets, I didn't understand that. I'm like, man, you're leaving me, man. Why are you leaving me?
Right.
But I had to realize, like in the movie, Ricochet, the Denzel and the Ice-T character, that eventually y'all, we still to this day got much love for each other, but we chose two different paths.
Right.
So you have to, at some point, be loyal to yourself, regardless of what you done been through with somebody, because that's only a part of the loyalty.
Right.
Yeah, And that's one of the things about Fred saying that. It kind of segued into that story, and I appreciate you. That was a good lead in, brother. You're a hell of a host.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Rhea said loyalty to our friends begin early, and how you start out your dynamic continues. If you ran bustos with your boys, you may always look at him sideways around your main lady. I never really did. That was never really my bag. I'm the type of person that always say, just enjoy your turn.
Right.
That's my motto. Right. I don't feel like anybody's possession. You know what I mean? But I don't think I would look at it like that if I was that type of guy to do that type of thing. It just is what it is. I know we had fun with some girls. That's it. But if I was like on that type of time, it'd be like this. Our girls are off limits. Like you would have to set some type of ground rules with your homies. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all gonna be looking at each other butt naked. You know what I'm saying? With this girl. So I definitely wouldn't look at them sideways. I'd just put out some ground rules. Hey, this is how it's gonna go. You got your girl, I got mine.
Right.
This is fun. That's it. Our girls are off limits. That's it.
First thing I want to say, what year did you graduate high school? Because bustos, they go way back.
Oh, I don't know. Rhea,
you gotta tell us.
What year you graduate high school?
Bustos.
Rhea graduated probably like 92. I'm going to say she graduated 92, 91.
82.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mine was the bustos, right? But that part right there, what you just said, Ty, and when she was talking about how can you, the loyalty runs out, how can you trust a person sometimes? It all depends, what am I trying to say here? When it comes to running bustos, right? So your guy or your lady, whoever it may be, their character. So are you necessarily going to trust them around your mate?
Yeah.
Can they go in there, you at the house and they going in for another plate of potato salad and your lady in there, you may have to say, hey, hold on 1 second. So my thing is, where does the loyalty and trust, how do they come together with this thing? Right?
Okay, so I think it's like this. Bustos, I think that really ain't a good one because at the end of the day,
it was funny though.
Right, it's funny, but I think when you know your guy. Because you already got rules set. We already know, okay, the main is the main, and I give you the one-off.
Right.
The one-off is the one you like, but you can't really be with, but that's the one-off.
Right.
Everything after that is pretty much fair, open game. So the busto wouldn't bother me because this is somebody that I don't like and you don't like. So if you treating her like you would treat, if you're looking at my lady, then that means something wrong with you, bro. For real.
Absolutely.
So that's why I say the loyalty is I'm loyal to my friend regardless of our situation.
Yeah.
I'm loyal that we already may set our ground rules on people before we even did a busto.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
That we just talking about just seeing somebody and I ain't seen in 20 years.
Right. Yeah, and loyalty, the way I look at loyalty amongst men, it's about who are you, how am I being treated when my back is turned?
Right.
That's how I look at that.
Right.
Like, is people walking in the room saying little slick stuff about me and you not defending me?
Right.
Or are you entertaining it?
For sure.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at that situation.
I had a situation the other day, and the guy we was talking about somebody, a mutual friend, and he was like, man, I don't really know. I said, well, I'm going to tell you like this, bro. I don't really know him the way you know him, but what I know him from, we rock.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I respect that. And I said, yeah, so I respect your opinion. Because at that point, it's an opinion.
There you go.
Because I don't know what y'all done been through for you to feel the way you feel. But what you did do is give me a little insight that I can, maybe address it to my friend in such a way that me and him could talk about it without messing up with the loyalty that me and him have created. That bond. Like, I'm not going to tell you his business, but let me find out a little more. Like, hey, bro, what you been doing?
Right. Yeah, that's real.
Right.
That's real.
Because a lot of people, we don't investigate our friends. We just assume our friends are our friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're so loyal to the friendship of the friend, we keep forgetting that people change every day.
Yeah.
I would agree. Now, I have something to ask both of you gentlemen. Do you feel throughout the years that loyalty is always tested?
Oh yeah, I believe that happens. But when the crazy thing is about loyalty being tested with men, it always got something to do with women.
Yes.
Always.
Or money.
Or money. But whichever one comes quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Whichever one comes easier, that's when the loyalty is really gonna get tested.
I think loyalty is supposed to be a test. Tested. And I say this is the reason why. Anybody that I'm cool with, I've definitely had arguments with. And I think arguments are healthy. When you know how to argue.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
I think go, I don't know, Fred, let's go back and forth.
You can respectfully argue without it getting messed
exactly.
up.
But I think that's healthy because that lets him know that I respect your manhood and lets me know that he respect mine.
Right.
Because how many people we done had in our lives that be like, yeah, whatever you say, Fred, shit, the hell yeah. Now, how can he ever be loyal to if he always saying yes?
Yeah, I don't trust him.
Yeah,
I don't trust him
he
at
done
all.
said yes to everything. I'm about to jump through the window right now. All right, fucking shit, we can make it.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you on that, Polo, because when the day comes and someone try to talk against your character,
Right.
because you respecting one another's opinion, be like, nah, Polo wouldn't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we already had this argument before, so
Right.
I know where draw the line, where he draw the line with things.
Right.
So I think healthy communication with that, that's very important. So it's constantly going to be tested. And just in a relationship with a woman, I hate to say it, but loyalty will be tested.
Yeah.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? So at that time, what are you going to do? You're going to sit back and see how she handles that particular situation, being loyal to you.
I believe loyalty creates growth, honestly, because
definitely.
Because when that loyalty gets tested, you don't know how you're going to react in that moment. You just going to react how you feel, but it's going to catch you off guard or whatever the case may be. But how you react in that moment, that's going to show growth.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or put you on a decline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
open your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. So it could go either way. I just believe that you got to start trusting people for who you know them to be.
True.
That's what it is. Like, Fred, I know you to be a clean guy. So the moment I see you looking dusty, I'm going to be like, yo, you all right? Because this ain't you. Or if I hear about it, I'm going to hit you up and question it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dawg, that ain't Fred. He ain't never looked goofy to me. Ever. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never looked unclean. So I'm like, hold on, let me see what's going on with my guy. So if somebody came to me and told me that, I'm definitely gonna do my research. But I trust you and know you enough to know you're gonna be clean for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna believe anything that just come out of anybody's mouth about you when I know for sure you're this specific way.
But that's the loyalty to the friendship, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Because everybody don't look at that. Some people are like, oh, he what? Okay. And don't check on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now are you really being loyal to the situation? Because I've had to apologize to a bunch of people saying, man, hey, I ain't called you, bro, and I apologize. Like literally didn't realize that that's a part of loyalty.
Yeah.
You know, me being loyal to the guy enough to be like, hey, let me check on your well-being.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that when I think about loyalty, I think about integrity. So integrity is like what you're doing when no one's looking. And most of your loyal moments from your guy, your woman, it's going to be when you're not around.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you're not going to be able to see it all the time.
Yep.
So when your back is turned and you're not in the room and you're not around, that's basically when it takes place. Absolutely. They can say, man, I seen your girl out, man. She a good girl, man. She stayed her. So some guy's trying to holler at her, but she went, and you be like, all right, that makes the man feel good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right there.
I knew it.
And I think one of y'all said it earlier, like, and the other thing is when your name is being mentioned in the room, if this is your guy and you're supposed to be loyal to the friendship, are you going to listen to what someone's saying against your man, your guy? Or you gonna be loyal in that moment? Be like, hold on a second. That's loyalty. When you're to me, when you're not around.
Yeah.
And I think it feels the best right? So since we're talking about loyalty,
Right.
and we talked about, is it a, and we kind of touched base on it. Is it kind of like one of these 3 strikes and you're out? Or how do you get to this point, and how do you explain to a person like, I'm really tired of you testing my loyalty here? Or do you even say anything, or do you just ghost them, cut them off?
It's levels to it, but what I will say is it also depends on how close what y'all been through.
Yep.
See, that's how you know how close somebody is when they done went through some stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if y'all did a good deed or y'all did a crime. If y'all, whatever y'all buying was, is gonna be y'all buying. But if you do something foul, it's gonna hit different if we close like that and we done been through something. We done got each other out of jams or whatever the case may be. Yeah, at that point, I'm gonna have to cut you off. And before I cut you off, we might have to fight, depending on how deep it is. Because not only am I letting go, see, most of the time people fail to realize all your pain gonna come from somebody you love.
All day.
It's always gonna come from somebody you love.
Right.
So it depends on who that person is, and that's how you're gonna have to deal with that situation.
See, a lot of times I look at it like when we put something in that, we can't put it in a box.
Yeah.
Because it's so open.
Yeah.
So we have to look at it like, a case by case scenario
Yep.
on how this person has really have treated me, how I've treated him, and can we get over this? Because who am I to say that I can't forgive you? It can be some foul.
Yeah.
But how are you respecting it when I bring it to you?
Yeah.
For the loyalty. Are you loyal enough to our friendship to say, you know what, bro, I messed up. Now we might not can't be as cool as we used to be.
Yeah.
But we definitely can still be humanistic.
Yeah.
Humans and treat each other. Hey, how you doing, brother? And then we can maybe grow back into that.
Yeah, with that type of situation, I don't think it's no going back to it. Y'all just got to grow past it and start something different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah, because when I've noticed when bonds are broken between men, especially men, us black men, it's different. Like we don't look at each other the same. Once that respect was gone, it's kind of hard to get that back. Respect is harder to get back than love to me.
That is so true because we look at the news and see a lot of stuff that's going on right now and think about some of the, and I ain't even really, this ain't the time to go through all the topics.
Right.
But just thinking about some of the topics with the guys that we see in black men and how they're being treated right now, and you looking like, dang, that was my guy.
Yeah.
So I was listening to some the hip hop evolution on Netflix, and when they said something about Puffy, the joke was cracked in my house. It was like, see, he was saying it before he was already saying it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's like, dang, we take that, and it's hard for me to look at him now in another way, even though these are just accusations at this point.
With that Cassie video with an accusation.
That was real. And that's why I'm saying the loyalty is like,
Yeah.
Then like the R. Kelly thing, his music is amazing, but him,
Yeah, but now here's where, this is how I kind of break things down. I don't know who the hell Robert Kelly is. I know R. Kelly, the artist.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know these people in real life. Now, if I knew them in real life, it'd probably be a different story. But who am I listen, let's be real. Everybody and their mama got some type of thing that they little fetishes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody got something going on. You would never know, and if you find out, it is what it is. But everybody got their own thing. It just so happened they famous and they got caught.
Right, that's true.
That's how I look at it. I'm not gonna hold nobody's feet to the fire unless they really just did something like what Puff did on tape. On camera, that was foul.
That was foul,
But,
putting his hands on her.
yeah, that was foul.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I don't have proof for nothing else. Nothing else got put out there for me to be like, okay, I really got to cancel Puff and I got to cancel all of Biggie's music. I got to cancel 112.
Right.
I'm not gonna do all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. People mess up. Who knows how many times that she allowed that to happen anyway?
Right, that's true.
You feel me? I'm not giving him no bail. I'm just saying that this didn't just happen that one time that he got caught on camera. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, she was allowing that long as the money was coming in,
right.
And it just kept going. So I don't really try to jump judgmental like that because everybody done did something foul before. It's all about coming clean about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about what type of loyalty do you have for our friends. Yeah. And give us a phone call at 810-560-0658. So it sounds like I've been listening to you guys, just to sum it up a little bit, like a foundation for loyalty sounds like a little bit of transparency, accountability, trust, and communication.
Definitely.
Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Because I think that's the things that usually will break any friendship, any type of relationship. I think be it with your lady, like we talking about your guy, your girl, what always breaks it in the end is some form of not being loyal.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
But here go the scary part. When you mentioned that, the first thing popped in my head was the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
And parents.
Yes.
When that loyalty, that same loyalty that we subject to our mates and to our friends, that same problem comes when you talk about your kids and your parents. You know, especially us now in the generation where some of us that still have our parents, where we're loyal to the fact that our moms or fathers birthed us into this world, and now they're becoming a little more needing our help. And we have to decide, okay, do I live my life or do I go to the house and help my mom out?
Absolutely.
So am I being loyal to that? Am I being loyal to the fact that my kids are grown, but they still want me to treat them like they little sometimes? You grown.
Yeah.
Grown is grown.
Yeah.
For the benefits.
Yeah.
But, you want to say, Dad, I need this and that. Now, who am I being loyal? Do I be loyal to myself or do I be loyal to the fact that you're still my kid? We're getting tricky now.
Yeah, it does get tricky. Yeah. I agree. And I do, as adults, we fall on hard times. So I can't sit up here and say if my son fell on hard times, I'm not going to look out. But my problem would be more so how many times you keep falling on hard times.
But they go to loyalty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Popping right back in.
Yeah, so like that's going to be a different story because if I keep having to bail you out, we going to have it's another discussion at this point. Hold on. You need some help, boy? Like, do I need to take you somewhere? You need to check in somewhere. Like, what's the problem for real? Because I got my own life now. You grown. You should have your own job, your own money. And I'm not saying you gonna fall on hard times, but you can't be tricking. You can't be using drugs. Right. All this stuff costs money, and you will blow through your money. Quick. You can't be gambling. You can't be no alcoholic. So come on, man. What's going on? What's the issue? What bad habit do you need help breaking? That's the conversation I'll end up having with my son if it get like that. But other than that, I'm not about to continuously bail him out. I'll get him help before I continuously bail them out.
For sure. Absolutely. For sure. And I think when I'm thinking about this thing now, you have to start being loyal to yourself before you can be to anyone else. And that's what healthy outlooks on everything. Now, it's just like much anything. If you don't love yourself, how can you love others?
Right.
Loyalty has to start with yourself. It has to start with some integrity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some transparency and accountability. That's big. It always will be with me, right? So I've seen people who don't have loyalty to friendships and marriages, and when I look at their journey in life, they hadn't even been loyal to themselves, like their mental health, their spiritual health, their physical health. So when you look back, I've not been too disappointed once I look back on something that no longer is. So I said they were never even loyal to themselves.
But that's huge. Like, to me, we have it. You just touched it, and we really didn't go into it. But we can do a whole show on being loyal to yourself.
Yeah,
like being loyal to yourself is literally the basis of all this conversation.
Yes,
because once you're loyal to yourself, you set the ground rules, and then that determines how you treat everyone else in your circle. Because now you're like, okay, there's only so much I'm going to do over here, so much I'm going to do over here, because I need my own space for doing these things I need to do.
Yeah. So kind of say, if I'm understanding you right, and you said it, but I'm going to say it for you.
Go ahead.
I know you. So when you're being loyal to yourself, you know what it looks like? It looks like boundaries and standards.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's most definitely laying the tracks for it, right? Yeah. For yourself.
100%.
So friendships and loyalty, you see, when you had the boundaries and standards, even with a good friend, that's that point where it runs out. You know, because they have to understand that about you too. Friend is not a word you use lightly, and that's someone who's been there, you know, consistently. So by the time you should even have to address the loyalty part if they've been there in a conscious state of mind in the friendship or the relationship, really paying attention, I think you will find that your loyalty will never be challenged. I'm not saying tested, but challenged.
Yeah.
Because they get to a point where they understand your standards and boundaries. Yeah. That's just for me. What do you think? Because I see you thinking over there.
I said the because I'm looking at it like it's hard sometimes for it not to be challenged, tested or challenged. And I say that to say because we want people to respect who we are, but a lot of times people are not mentally capable of respecting that.
Nah.
Like we have to just understand respect is respect. But loyalty, respect, to understand that, like for instance, I done been to the Fed joint and I came home, so now certain things I don't do with guys.
Yeah.
And so a lot of guys look at me like, damn, bro, and I'm looking at them like,
you know what I just went through?
Like, come on, man, feel my pain.
Yeah.
You want me to look at you and understand your pain, but I don't got to be loyal to me now, bro.
Selfish, man.
I can't jump in the car every time. I can't do the things I used to do. I got to ask questions now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right, and don't get upset because I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming the system.
Exactly.
You just happen to play on the side of the system that's going to knock me my head in the dirt.
Yeah.
That's that loyalty to yourself.
Yep.
Right?
At that point, yeah.
You got to.
And then, like
But
with me,
that's also the challenge part too, because he challenged me not because he didn't love me, was loyal to me, but he challenged me because he's thinking, be loyal to this situation that you started, that you created, that we was a part of. But I'm done.
Yeah. It's called growth.
Yeah, I just walk. Hey, I'm still cool with you. I love you.
That's what I realized about growth. You're gonna lose a lot of friends, a lot of people that you love, even family members, when you start showing some growth, because you're not the same person that they used to be able to take advantage of or do stupid stuff with. And once you start turning the page, it's like, oh, they looking at it like, oh, you acting funny. No, I'm not acting funny. I've just outgrown this. Right. Growth does not mean we beefing. Growth does not mean I'm feeling myself. Growth just means, hey, look, I'm beyond this now. If you're not gonna come there with me, that's cool. I'll be here when you get there.
Right.
If you ever get there.
Right.
But that's what people don't understand. They think growth is a problem. Growth is not a problem. You supposed to evolve. Who wake up every day and think everything's supposed to stay the same 60 years later? No. Oh,
but that's the culture we live in now.
Yeah, we
live in a culture where you can't tell who the grown up is no more and who the kid is, because everybody wearing the same thing and listening to the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
no fiction on that.
Right. So now who's being loyal to what? Yeah. Are we really being loyal to the fact that I'm supposed to change?
Yeah.
Like life is about change. We got 4 different seasons that make a year, and if we don't have them 4 different seasons, something's out of whack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that means every time something changes. But now all of a sudden you want it to stay the same. You want it to stay summer all year.
Right.
We hated summer.
Yeah, right. Come on now.
And I love listening to you guys, because it just had me think even about my life and then other people's life. And it seems like you were just saying, Todd, like growth is shamed now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it could be family members. And we still doing the same stuff, so you get shamed because their lack of growth.
Oh,
yep. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it right
true.
there.
So they'd rather you stay there, right? They'd rather you stay there, but your loyalty can, to me, hinder and delay your own peace and joy in your life. Being loyal to a tradition, this is what my family do.
Yeah, no.
But y'all been doing this for years, and you got the same situation. So
the same family
I'm about to
members,
be like, cause you blood, I'm about to be loyal to this.
The same family members end up fighting, messing up the whole dinner. Like, why do you want to keep doing this? I was just talking to my homie yesterday, and he was telling me like, man, I got to change some stuff around. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, I keep hanging around people that I've been thugging it out with, but they all doing the same stuff that I'm not on no more. I said it's a simple fix. Move on.
Yeah.
He was like, it ain't that easy. I'm like, yes, it is. Because if you know in your heart of hearts that you've matured and they haven't, and you the only one doing good out of your entire circle, all you gonna do is get brought down. Absolutely. So just keep it moving. I mean, it can't be that hard. If you the only one out of your circle that's doing good and everybody else is like on the same old just street stuff, and you like, nah, I've evolved since then. What are we talking about? It's an easy fix, unless you want to go back behind bars or end up in the worst predicament. Well, it ain't hard to let go.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for 1 second.
You always
all right,
say
go
that.
ahead.
No,
I like that.
I look at it like this. I'm agreeing with Ty on the Lee Polo side. But the Leon saying like, but here go the problem, bro. I love this shit. I love hanging around these niggas. These my guys.
Yeah.
But now I'm stagnated and stuck. Instead of being loyal to myself, I'm loyal to the friendships. I'm loyal to what y'all have created.
And that's what
these bonds. That's not they fictitious bonds. They're not real bonds. Because if you know what I'm saying, and that's why I say the devil's advocate, because I'm like, who wants to be ostracized? Who wants to be on the island by themselves?
Yeah.
Because now he about to be on the island looking for new friends and new places and don't know where they at.
And that's exactly what his argument was. He was like, that's why he was telling me it was such a hard thing to do. But I'm like, bro, if you know you're gonna end up in a bold predicament, which one would you rather have? On one end, I got a bold predicament I could be in. On another end, I could be by myself and not be in a bold predicament. You make your decision, bro.
That's easy.
You see what I'm saying?
That's easy.
But when I think about it, I'm sorry. When I think about it, like, there's so many things attached to loyalty, and one of the biggest things attached to it is discipline.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you know what it is and you get it, you got it. So you just got to be disciplined at that moment. And this can address many different situations, right? But if I look at one of my friends and they have no discipline in life, their loyalty level is low. Because they're going to go with the moment, with the flow, for the feeling, for the second. And that will sell out loyalty each and every time. You can be your lady. I don't care what it is. If she's going to go with the moment, for the second, for the feeling, loyalty is going to be the last thing she think about.
Yep.
The last thing,
And that
right?
was cold-blooded, bro. That was cold-blooded. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah.
Yes. So, and you were about to say something.
No, I mean, you hit on something that was needed to be said, because a lot of times we don't really look at the people that's fun, the people that's spontaneous, and do all these, let's go. Like, it come with a price.
Yes, it does.
And that price, I never really thought about it, because we don't think about the loyalty side. We're like, Fred is crazy, man. That's how he is, man. We accept it, not realizing when it's time to turn Fred off, we can't turn him off.
Yep, that part right there.
Yep. That's how it go.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because you can see somebody at a party or something, and you're right. They all over the place.
Right.
You can't turn it off, and they can't turn it off.
Right.
You ever, and I always joke when I say this, you ever have a puppy, and the minute you leave the gate open,
Yep. Yep. Out of here.
and that's how some people are with their loyalty.
Yeah.
You leave the gate open, they go. They all over the place.
Right.
Let me ask y'all a question though.
Okay.
If y'all had y'all choice to live with one or the other, which one would y'all choose? Respect or loyalty?
Loyalty.
Ooh. Loyalty.
Quick.
Okay. Tell me why.
Okay. I jumped out there real quick, y'all, because of this. Loyalty covers respect.
Okay.
Loyalty covers respect, because if you're loyal to me, you're going to respect me, because you're going to respect my energy, my person, and I'm going to do the same for you.
Okay.
Respect don't require loyalty. You can respect somebody by speaking to them, open the door for them, saying hi to them, being nice to them, tell them, hey, God bless you, and never be loyal to them.
That's real. That's real. You. What about you, Chef?
I can see it your way, but then I look at it another way. Respect goes a long way, because if you respect a person, you can respect the boundaries and the loyalty that you have for them. Okay? So at the same token, I hear what you're saying, right? But then that respect will have you to remember, honor. The word is honor the loyalty that you have with the individual or the situation. It could be to your business.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be spending money out the cash register. You know you got to reinvest this, right? So then it just takes a certain amount of respect to honor the loyalty. And that's my perspective.
I feel that, and I think respect and loyalty kind of go hand in hand, like what you were saying, Paulo. Like, I think they kind of run together. I don't see myself respecting somebody, and I don't show loyalty, because I feel like at some point the respect gonna grow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if the respect gonna grow, so is the loyalty. The loyalty gonna come somewhere.
Yep.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny, because it's you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect you guys' opinion, but you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It ain't nothing without the jelly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it ain't nothing without the peanut butter.
But that's
you
why-
surely can't make the sandwich without the bread.
Right, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So we have to, I think you may have said it, Ty, it takes balance.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
So what does that look like? Slow down. I tell people all the time, just slow down. And when you slow down and be in control of your desires, you'll see that you make better decision making each and every time.
Do you know how hard that is?
It's very
Oh, yeah.
hard.
You said
It is.
slow down and be in control of my desires.
That takes superb balance.
That's like some Buddha type stuff.
Yeah, that's superb discipline right there.
Yeah. You on some supreme being type talk. Go on, bro.
So what I've done in my journey thus far is I had to take a look back of where my desires led me.
Whoa, that's deep.
And I didn't like what I saw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I had to take a look at that. So that had me to slow down and have discipline. You know, like even with my lady, I always say, she'll tell you, I'll just take my time.
Right.
Because I had to reflect back on those things. And that's what slowed me down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what slowed. So if you follow that process, I tell men all the time, be in control of your desires, and you'll see that you make better decision making, and that will come in the area of loyalty.
Yeah.
If you just slow down sometimes, because it's kind of hard to be loyal when you're all over the place.
yeah, absolutely.
You don't even have time to. Man, I got this party to go to, this function to go to. I got to get up and go to work. You're doing too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never have an opportunity, even in a car, to slow down and quiet yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the number one key thing. You have to quiet yourself. You can achieve all these things if we just slow down.
And you know what's crazy? I had to learn about loyalty because, see, I grew up the only child. I got brothers and sisters, but they're on my dad's side of the family.
Okay.
I didn't meet them till later on.
All right.
So I didn't know nothing about loyalty. I think if I grew up with them, I would have had a better understanding
Right.
early on. But because I didn't grow up with that, it took me a long time to get a hold of loyalty and how to receive it, how to act on it, everything. And I think that's why I had such a hard time growing up, because I'm like, man, I'm used to it just being me. So I was selfish. I was only loyal to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it took a while, but I'm glad that I grew into it, because if I didn't, I probably wouldn't even be here.
Right.
So
Wow.
seriously.
I had to look at like loyalty for me came from, I was what they call a little nerd. You know what I'm saying? So being a little nerd, I was always like, okay, I ain't gonna let people know that I'm smart. I'm gonna be cool. And being cool gonna keep me, everybody gonna be loyal to that.
Right.
So I was denying myself to be loyal to all the other things, all the other circles and what was going on around me. It took me to literally go to prison to realize like all the people that make real money is nerds. All the people that the girls like now is nerds.
Exactly.
Like, so I effed up with that one.
Yeah.
Because all the other guys, they might be doing decent for themselves, but the career path that we was on, the things that I remember we used to talk about, a lot of them don't do them. You know,
Yeah.
and some of my guys got degrees and they still not doing what God gave them to do. And I look at it like, dang, if we only would have been loyal to ourselves.
There you go.
Yes.
Stop worrying about being loyal to Doc and Chef and man, why am I loyal to y'all outside of the friendship?
Yeah.
If y'all ain't going on the path I'm on, hey, I'll catch you, see you when I get there.
There you go. See?
That part right there.
Yup.
And I'm glad you said that, because it leads right back to being loyal to yourself.
Yep.
But it's hard to do that if you're trying to be everything to everybody.
There you go.
Right. But it comes to what you said. So I gave my testimony because you said slowing down. That's the one thing I never did. I was forced to slow down.
Yeah.
You know, I got to an environment where I understand meditation, getting up in the morning, doing a self-check, doing it at nighttime, counting to 10. I count to 10 in a minute on somebody, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they be like, what you no, I ain't upset.
Right.
I just need to take a minute.
Yep.
Before I say something that's going to not be loyal to me, then cause us to have a problem.
Absolutely.
That's real.
Absolutely. And then slowing down for me, like, people may, if they just came into my life, they may think, a little slow, but it's cool. But, man, I can move so fast and make your head blow off. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted.
Okay,
I just
Carl.
choose not to. Yeah, I just choose not to do that no more. I can be all over the place, because once I was there and I did it very well, I thought.
Right.
Okay. So that just leads back to self first, slowing down, control of desires, communication. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Transparency, accountability. You can have none of these things. None of these things. You can't achieve loyalty in any of this
Right.
if you don't have a balance on all these things.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
right.
You just can't. You got to grow up, like you said, Ty. You got to grow up and do it. And you're going to lose some friends. So
Yeah.
what?
I'm gonna hit y'all with this. Loyalty is a thing that literally we look at from the past. You can't look at loyalty from the future or the present tense. You got to look at it from the past. What you was loyal to, the things that you've done, and then that dictates how in the future you're gonna be loyal to the next set of people, situations, and things that you come across.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got a couple minutes left. What are we looking at? So we just thank you guys for listening. As always, we're just sharing from a perspective of we're life certified. So we're only talking about things that we experience. We didn't read it in a book. You know, I like life experiences because it speaks so loud and it's always honest if you're transparent with it, okay? I thank you guys for coming on. You know, we'll see Q next week for Creative Emotions.
What up, though, Q?
Q got a show this week also for Poetry and Conversation. You know, come on, go on down if you have some skills to share.
Yeah.
I mean, like right now, all we have for you is love, honesty, transparency. We're not perfect, and we're not trying to be.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Not at all.
No,
You know, perfection is a
it's a myth. That's what it is.
it just puts your mind in jail. Like
Yep.
to me, it's like a prison. You know, perfection. To me,
The best people are imperfected.
yes.
Definitely.
So we want you guys to have an amazing evening. We just thank you for tuning in.
Definitely. We definitely appreciate it. And we're going to catch y'all
Peace.
next time, man.
Sure.
We out of
Take
here.
the next time.
Indeed.
Have an amazing evening.
That was right